Good morning. Welcome to Sunday morning. I'm Fran Watson. I'm a practitioner here at the Calgary Centre for Spiritual Living. It's our special day to gather in community and gather ourselves together, share our beliefs, boost our energy, refresh our thinking. So I'm glad you're here. So we'll start with the about 20-minute meditation, go inward, and then we'll have a short break, and then the service will begin with our amazing band and our spectacular Dr. Pat and her words of wisdom. So join us for the whole morning if you can. And now, just coming back to yourself. Your body, in the space you're in, sinking deeper into your chair, your feet connecting to the floor, uncrossed if possible, and just allowing yourself to be embraced by the law of gravity. Sinking deeper and deeper and deeper, allowing Mother Earth to carry away your concerns and burdens of the moment, and just knowing you'll be refreshed with new perspectives, new ways of dancing with life on the other side of this time together. Breathing gently now, letting the roots of your being sink deeper again. And as you breathe, just bring to mind a beautiful place in nature, somewhere you love to go. A place of beauty, a place that always inspires you, allows you to unwind and relax. That the sights and the sounds of this space just take you into another whole aspect of life. And breathing and taking in this view. Letting your senses come alive with the sounds, the scents, even the tastes, the fresh air, the warmth of your skin, the light as you allow it into your being. Feel your body unfurling, unwinding, the beauty of this place opening your heart. Your sense of wonder and awe expanding. Allowing yourself to just really be in this place right here and right now. And as you're here and now in this place, and your heart is opening and relaxing, allow yourself to contemplate this beauty and the one who created it. And now, gently direct your attention to an object of beauty in the space around you, in your home, wherever you are. It might be a photograph, a sculpture, a small piece of art, or a large one, a painting, a piece of furniture you love, something that opens your heart and inspires you with its beauty. Look at this beautiful creation as though you'd never seen it before. Fresh eyes take in this exquisite creation. Let the contours and lines, colors and textures wash over you. Really allow yourself to take in its beauty. How did it come to be there? Who created this beautiful object? How is it in your line of vision? As you contemplate it, allow yourself to relax even more. The gifts of appreciation of its creator. Allow yourself to contemplate that for a few moments. And now, bring your attention to your own body. Allow your senses to come alive even more. Feel the hum of the life force pouring through you, pulsing in your heartbeat, expanding in your breath, enlivening you. And from the tiniest atom at the core of your being is an outpouring of beauty, feeling your contours, your lines, your substance, your beauty. What is it you love about this beautiful body? The smoothness of your skin, the flow of your hair, the power of your muscles, the dexterity of your hands, the balance. What is it you love about this creation and the one who created you? And until you hear my voice again, contemplate the beauty of you and your part in all the beauty in your world, your oneness with all perfection. I am one with the one who created me. I am alive to the perfection of this life flowing through me and around me. I am part of it, connected to it. I am the fulfillment of the divine's dream for me. That vision is expressed perfectly through this body in this moment. I am beautiful. I am grateful. I am whole. And so it is. Namaste. So I just invite you to stay in this space if it serves you well. And in a few moments, we'll come back together with music and spoken word to inspire and enliven you some more. 10:30, come back and join us. See you soon.
place where you can take comfort in the knowing, whether if you come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. God in us recognizes the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. Hey. There's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, know that you are not alone and someone cares for you. As an individualization of divine point of view, this door is open to you. 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 So come on in. Come on in. God in us recognizes the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Woohoo! Well, that felt like old times. Thank you. Woohoo! Good morning, everybody. This door is open to you. If you're not in on the joke, that was our gathering song every Sunday for many, many years. So it was nice to hear it again. Thank you for that. So welcome. If you are new to the center, I'll introduce myself. I'm Pat Campbell, and I am the spiritual director of the center here. And as the song that the band just sang, it lets you know, we are a faith tradition that honors all faith traditions. Our door is open to you. Black, white, gay, straight, Christian, Buddhist, Jew, anything in between, you are welcome here. We are an inclusive community. We really do see the divine in everyone. And so the slide that should be in front of you right now kind of illustrates that. It's got the different faith traditions going around the sides of it. And we really do mean that. We honor all faiths. We honor all paths because everyone's on their own divine path. And so if your path includes being here, wonderful, fantastic. If maybe it's not your cup of tea, that's okay. We support you in finding your right and perfect path. So we're going to start out by singing together. Now you understand, I wanted to say this, you understand that here in the center, we have 9 people. We've got 5 in the band. Me is 6. Fran is our practitioner is 7. And our 2 tech guys, 8 and 9. And so we like to hear from you. Because we're giving it, we're bringing it, right? And we like to hear from you, and the comments that you're doing on the Facebook chat are wonderful. And the other thing is, we love to hear where you're from. We know that there are people tuning in from all over. So if you're from Calgary or you're from Alberta, that's wonderful. Or maybe you're from someplace else. I know we have people tuning in from California. We got people tuning in from all kinds of different places. So in the chat, let us know, because you know what? We read them. We read each and every one of them. At least I do. I know I do. I think Amy and Oliver do as well. So please let us know. Let us know who you are, where you're from, and we love to have you here. So we're going to sing now. I can't remember what we're singing. I Open My Eyes. Oh, one of my favorites. Here we go.
I open my eyes to the love open my eyes to the love all around. Now I have found the Spirit in me. I open my eyes to the love all around. Now I have found the Spirit in me. I open my eyes to the love all around. Now I have found the Spirit in me. One more time. I open my eyes to the love all around. Now I have found the Spirit in me. I open my eyes to the love all around. Now I have found the Spirit in me.
That was lovely. Oh, those harmonies were lovely. Thank you so much. So we got a number of things that are happening here at the center. I like to get the announcements done before we start diving down a little bit deeper. So we started last week with our weekly community conversation. After service, we started right around noon. So that's noon Mountain Time, if anybody tunes in from other places. And you know how after service we used to gather and drink, not drink, but drink coffee. Well, maybe, I don't know. Okay. I know. No. Drink coffee and, just kind of hang out. And, this is where you make your friends and that type of thing. And since we aren't able to do that, we decided to have something after service on Zoom. So come and join us. We started last week. We had a great group. Had a couple of questions that people kind of answered. It was a nice way of interacting with one another. And so that's about noon. I think we ended about 12:45. It's not a long time. And I'd love to see everybody there. The Zoom code, in fact, everything that I'm about to tell you about the Zoom code is either on the website or it's in the newsletter. So our website is calgarycsl.org, and you can go there and you can find the Zoom codes and the passes and everything that you need for everything I'm telling you about, including this weekly community gathering, which will be at noon today on Zoom. Valentine's Day, we're bringing in Bernie Fitterer, who's going to be our speaker, and he's going to be talking about I Want to Know What Love Is. Yes, I know the song is going through your head. It is going through everyone's head, guaranteed. And then he's going to do a workshop afterwards, starting at 1 o'clock, about love and intimacy. And Bernie is, he has been educated in adult education, so he knows how to talk to adults. It's not like little kids, especially about love and intimacy. Okay, Whew, okay. Bring it back, Pat, bring it back. Okay, anyway, he is one of the facilitators of a local Course in Miracles group. And Course in Miracles is all about discovering love, discovering the love within, and discovering the divine love as well. So I know he has some wonderful things to share with us. He's doing that workshop. I haven't figured out how to do the workshop, how to get you to pay for the workshop yet. So let's do this. Send an e-transfer to office@calgarycsl.org, and in the memo, just put workshop, $25, just put workshop, and then we'll see that, and then we'll know that you're paying to be at the workshop. It will be via Zoom, and we'll have that information for you once you have registered. So that's on Sunday, February 14th, on Valentine's Day with Bernie. And then our ongoing gatherings, the Monday Night Consciousness Seekers group, been going on a long time, but everybody is welcome. They do deep conversation, deep discussion. It's really quite wonderful. People get a lot out of this group. So that's on Monday nights at 7. On Wednesdays at noon, I do a coffee chat with everybody, and this is mostly connection, and we don't get that deep. We get connection, we check in with people. It's just a nice friendly gathering, kind of like a coffee clat, shall we say. Thursday evening, the meditation is done by our ministers and practitioners. Lovely way to kind of get grounded again. Got to get through to Sunday, okay? This is a good way. That's Thursdays at 7. And then our staging group is for anybody 60 and above. Somebody asked me they were like 58. Could they join? The answer is yes, absolutely. All that information is on the website and in the newsletter, so you can join in anything, because we are... One of the things that I will say that I love the most about this center is the fact that we have a strong community. Even a year into this, we still have a strong community. We still have ties to one another. And that's absolutely wonderful. Let's keep that going, because there's light at the end of the tunnel. So what we're going to do, yes, thank you. So we're going to have our sacred time now. What happens is that Amy leads us in a beautiful chant, and then Fran comes up. You can come on up, Franny. Fran will do the spiritual mind treatment, which is our form of affirmative prayer. So I just invite you to allow yourself to go within, to that place of spirit.
The sea, the sky, you and I, reach the face of God. The sea, the sky, you and I, each the face of God.
The sea, the sky, you and I, created by this one divine vision, one perfect unfolding of all there is, the unfurling of life in every direction, the vistas of exquisite beauty, of massive proportions and tiniest expressions. All of this, all this love, this harmony, this joyful giving, this outpouring of grace, this life, it is in me now, flowing through me, expressing as me, alive in light and wholeness. And as I speak this word, I know this is true for each one of our beloved community and all those near and far who don't even know us. We hold this word for all humanity, all life. For I know there is a grand vision. A beautiful, exciting, fresh new energy pouring through this whole world right now, through me, through all who care to look this way. A freshness, an allowing, a flowing of new possibility. The potential of this moment is vibrating, humming, alive. There's so much excitement in that possibility, the freedom to choose. What will I do next? Who am I now? Knowing that this choice that is before me is always one of perfection. I cannot make a mistake. There is no such thing. A beautiful, rolling journey of living. Each step, a new step towards something even more life-filled, life-giving, life-fulfilling. And I trust it. I trust this life. I trust who I am in it. I am not separate. I am an expression of it, carrying out my beautiful contribution, bringing my light, bringing my words, bringing my gifts in ever new and fresh perspectives to the greater whole. Brings me such joy and pleasure to do so. And so I am very, 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 very grateful for this opportunity to be alive and expressing the divine vision through me. This opportunity to see through new eyes all of who I am. And I now just lovingly, confidently, freely release this word into the law, knowing its fulfillment is guaranteed. It is what the divine does. I accept it, I know it, and I love it. And so it is.
The sea, the sky, you and I, each the face of God. The sea, the sky, you and I, each the face of God.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Fran. Absolutely wonderful. I love the unfurling of life. It's a beautiful phrase, the unfurling of life. So what we do on Sundays is after we've had the treatment and after we've had the chant that has gotten us to that place of communion, we repeat together, because I know you're doing it at home, the vision and the mission statements of our center. So let's say these together. The Calgary Center for Spiritual Living is a beacon of spiritual illumination that inspires individuals to reveal their wholeness, co-creating a world that works for everyone. And how we do that is with our mission. The Calgary Center for Spiritual Living makes accessible a way of living and thinking that reveals one's spiritual magnificence and personal power. We co-create an inclusive community that fosters an expansion of consciousness. We're going to be talking a lot about consciousness today. So thank you, ladies. And now it is my extreme pleasure to introduce you to our amazing, amazing music. I think every center says that, and I happen to know it's true. I know there's great music in other centers, but ours, these are the finest, I was going to say working musicians, but I'm just going to say the finest musicians in Calgary right now, bringing us music. Of course, Amy Bishop, the incomparable Oliver Miguel, and we have Steph Chapman, soon to be our mama. We have Luis Tovar, que guapo, and the lovely, always, Lisa Jacobs.
The question is why? Why are we here? To say our goodbyes and hellos, then disappear. This beautiful life, what is it for? To learn how to master peace or master war. There's only one answer that matters, even when your heart has been shattered. Whatever you want, whatever you are after, love is still the answer. Love is still the answer. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. We all make mistakes. No, we're not perfect yet. Maybe God made us all from an accident. But the question that sits on everyone's lips is, why should I pick myself up, start over again? Well, there's that matters, even when your heart has been shattered. Whatever you want, whatever you are after, love is still the answer. Love is still the answer. Love, 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 love. Love, love, love. The answer I'll ask at the end of my days is, what did I give and what will I take? There's only one answer that matters, even when your heart and your dreams have been shattered. Whatever you want, whatever you are after, love is still the answer. Love is still the answer. Love, love is still the answer.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Holy smokes. You guys know that was going to be that good? We need a connection to Jason Mraz and send him that. Thank you. Wouldn't that be awesome? And Steph, I got to tell you, not only are you a beautiful keyboard player, but you're a beautiful singer as well. Really, really enjoyed the harmonies. Yeah. It has added a really lovely dimension to what is always our good music, but those harmonies are really special. So, thank you. So would you breathe with me, please, if you can, through the tears and the swelling of the heart from that song. But let's breathe together. Take it in. And again. And one more time. what the world would be like if we all chose to breathe together. Just like had a moment where we just stopped and breathed it together. It would be lovely, wouldn't it? So, as some of you know, if you tuned in last week, you know that I was originally going to talk about this topic, what are you looking with, last week. But a funny thing happened on the way to prepping it. The universe decided that it wanted to talk about something else. And all these years of ministry, I know better than to argue with the universe when another idea wants to be shared. But I liked this idea, so I knew that I was still going to end up talking about it, but just a week later. So, one of the universal truths that I talk about pretty often is the idea that whatever it is that we are looking for, we are likely to find it. In other words, what we see and what we experience in our life is largely dependent on what we are looking with. So that means that if we choose to see the negativity and everything else that's going on all around us, then you know what? That's what we're going to see. That's what we're going to find because of the lens that we have that we are looking with. On the other hand, if we expect and if we choose to find the loveliness and the beauty and the kindness that is also all around us, then that's the lens that we are looking with, and that is the experience that we are going to find. Does that make sense? It's really quite simple. So what precipitated this talk was, of course, I saw something on social media, and I saved it saying that this would be a good idea for a talk. So, as you can see here, we've got two people who are looking at the exact same thing, a bee. Okay, now one is looking through the lens of his beliefs about fear of bees and all that other kind of stuff. And so as he's looking at the bee, he sees danger, okay? The other person is looking through her lens, her belief systems, and what she sees is sweetness. So it's the exact same thing. It is just a different lens, which brings a different response. And what we see and experience is dependent on our beliefs and on our lenses. So I have a story to tell. I actually have a couple of stories, and I kind of went back and forth on which one would I tell. But this one won. So what can I say? Several years ago, my sisters and I, we like to take vacations together. Still, after all these years, we like to go on vacation together. And we were in Montana. And we'd gone to Yellowstone and all that other stuff. And one day, Beth and I were taking a walk through a meadow that was kind of near our condo where we were staying. And as we were walking along, out pops, OMG, a non-poisonous snake. It was still a snake, but it was a non-poisonous snake. Now, I don't like snakes. I don't like snakes, whether they're poisonous or not. And really, when one pops out on the path, how are you going to know whether it's poisonous or not, right? So I absolutely freaked out. And I was like, no way, I am not continuing. I'm going back to the nice, safe condo with the view of the mountains. Beth, on the other hand, is married to a herpetologist, which is someone who studies snakes. And so she's been around them all her adult life. In fact, she actually believes that seeing a snake is a really lucky and fortuitous thing. And so she's like, how cool is that? I'm serious. I'm sure I looked at her like she was nuts, because in my book she was nuts. And I'm sure that she looked at me that I was absolutely clueless about the coolness about seeing a snake along the path. Again, same thing, different responses, different views, depending on the lens that we are looking through and the lens that we are looking with. And those lenses, how we see the world, has been installed by our life experiences, the things we were told as children, the culture in which we were raised, the race consciousness of the times when we were born. Now, when I talk about race consciousness or race belief, it has nothing to do with the color of my skin or the texture of my hair. When we talk about race consciousness in this teaching called the Science of Mind, we are talking about the collective consciousness, the races and human race consciousness. So race consciousness is those beliefs that we were born into, our agreements, if you will. Our family had a race consciousness. Our culture has race consciousness. Our city, would you agree that the consciousness of Calgary is different than the consciousness of Edmonton? There's a race consciousness of our city. Of our country, would you agree that Canada has a different race consciousness than the United States? Okay, that's race consciousness, or all of humanity has race consciousness as well. In fact, Ernest Holmes, who kind of coined that term, defines race consciousness as thought patterns formed by the consensus of human opinion automatically operating through everyone unless consciously rejected. Now, I'm going to talk more about that conscious rejection. That's a whole other talk. But when we're talking about race consciousness, we are talking about those unconscious thoughts that are part of our belief, that are part of our lenses. They determine how we see life, what we are looking with. For instance, I'd never had a negative experience with a snake. I mean, nothing overt, and yet I've feared them all my life. I was watching a TV show the other night, and it featured the most giant rattlesnake you've ever seen in your entire life. I swear to God, this thing was like an anaconda. And I turned the TV off. It was like, I'm not watching it, and I cannot watch it. So, but me personally, I've never had that. So maybe it comes from the race consciousness about icky, crawly, creepy things. Yeah? On the other hand, Beth, through the lens, what she learned through the lens of her husband who loves and studies these snakes, she's developed an appreciation for them. So even though we were raised pretty similarly, she has an upgraded experience of snakes, which has given her a different lens to see them, to view them with. That make sense? Okay. One of the easiest ways to explain this is one of our most famous phrases here in our teaching, which is change your thinking, change your life. I mean, it's pretty simple. Change your thinking, change your life, and we do that by doing the work necessary to change our lenses, to change our belief systems, and when we do that, then we change how we see and ultimately what we see because we are changing what we are looking with. For example, I'm of the age where many of my peers are starting to get cataract surgery. Now, cataracts, if you don't know, is a film that forms on the lens of the eye and makes things appear to be kind of dull and unclear. I hate to say this is a race belief. This is an example of a race belief because cataracts are a fairly normal byproduct of aging. And you know what? We just accept it. It is our race consciousness. But the thing about cataracts that I find so interesting is that they develop gradually and discreetly. Just things get a little duller and a little duller and a little duller. So people don't even know they have cataracts until they're removed, and then they get these new clear lenses, and then all of a sudden they're like, wow, I forgot how blue the sky was. My brother-in-law said that 2 weeks ago when he got his cataract surgery. Or, I can't believe the view from my house. Now, of course, to have cataract surgery is done by a professional. It's medically necessary, all that other stuff. But the truth is we can mentally and spiritually clear up our consciousness cataracts. Yes? Good? And we do, and we do that by changing our thinking, which ultimately changes our lenses, which ultimately changes what we see, which ultimately changes what we experience in life. So you may be asking, what are some of the tools that we can talk about to clean up our lenses, to clear up our consciousness cataracts? Well, if you tune in here, you get tools almost every week. So you know what I'm going to talk about, right? The first one that comes to mind is meditation, of course. What meditation does, and let me say this, folks, if you are not tuning in at 10 o'clock for our meditation, you're really missing out. Our ministers and practitioners do absolutely fabulous meditations at 10 o'clock on Sunday mornings. Fran's was just amazing today. All of them are wonderful. So here's the thing about meditation. If you do it on a regular basis, it very simply widens and raises what we are looking with. It widens and raises what we are looking with. It's as simple as that. Now, a lot of people get intimidated about meditation. It's like, they think if they don't achieve instantaneous Zen or Nirvana that they're not doing it right, but that's just not true. The truth is there's no right or wrong way to meditate. Any time that you consciously, and that's the key always here, when you consciously choose to commune with something greater, whatever that looks like for you, it is a form of meditation. It is a form of touchstone, something greater. What happens is it begins the process of widening and taking the thoughts higher, taking the view higher, but more expansive. That's what meditation does. Something else that does that we talk about a lot here is study. Whether it's a formal class here at the center, or it's a book study, or something that catches your interest online. I go to a lot of classes online these days. Whenever we agree to learn something new, or maybe to go deeper into a topic that we already know, it cleans up the lenses. For instance, I just signed up yesterday for a 5-week course online that's being taught by fairly new ministers. Just because the topic interests me and I have the time and I like being in class, right? So even though would not be considered a fairly new minister, I'm a veteran, I'm one of the elders. One of the elders in the ministry. How did that happen? I used to be young. Anyway, I digress. There's that consciousness cataracts. Okay, anyway, I'm a veteran minister. I've been doing this for 22 and a half years. Every Sunday doing this. But I plan to go into that class with a beginner's mind in order to expand my outlook, to clean up my consciousness cataracts, and to be able to see more clearly. And the other tool that I want to give you, this is a favorite one of mine, and that is to practice looking at life from a higher and expanded perspective. And I mean literally, practice looking at life. My tool is, here's the situation, I mentally see myself rising above it so I can see it from a different perspective. Because there's something so clarifying about pulling back or pulling up that we can see things differently. Now, doing this, I got to tell you, is not the most natural thing in the world, because we've been taught, again, by culture and by race consciousness, that we have to defend and we have to guard our views and our perspective. And no, I don't want to see the truth about it. I am the truth about it. or not. Because something astounding happens when we practice looking at things from a higher perspective. We see things differently. So there's a story in his book, Fran, you'll know this, in Spiritual Economics. Dr. Eric Butterworth tells a story. I just love this story. It's a story about a couple who is coming to visit New York City, and his ministry with Unity was in New York City at the time. And this couple says to them that they're nervous about coming to New York because, they'd heard how dirty it was and how the people were so rude. So Butterworth, understanding this concept, before showing them any other part of the city, takes them to the top of the Empire State Building. In other words, he immediately took them someplace where they could see higher, they could have a more expanded viewpoint, which is exactly what happens if you've ever been to the top of the Empire State Building. The view is spectacular. So needless to say, this couple, their first experience in New York is from the Empire State Building, and they were absolutely enchanted. And then they came back down, and they went on about their visit to New York. And when they were telling Dr. Butterworth about their trip, when they were getting ready to go home, they said that they were so surprised how clean the city was. It wasn't dirty at all. And the people of New York were so friendly and so helpful. They were just wonderful. So what do you suppose changed? Did New York City, a city of 8 million people, all of a sudden become sparkling clean? I've been to New York. I don't know that that's going to happen. Did the people all of a sudden become kind and helpful? I guess it's possible. However, the name of this talk is, What Are You Looking With? So isn't it just as likely that the couple first saw New York City from such a high and expanded view that it shifted the quality of the lens that they were looking with? What are you looking with? So I'm going to ask Steph to come up and do a little noodling, and I thought we'd do a bit of a visualization to kind of experience this idea of going higher, of a higher state of consciousness. So if it's comfortable for you to go ahead and close your eyes and begin to focus on your breathing. You can feel yourself starting to melt into your chair, your bed, or the floor. Breathing in. For the next few moments, there's nothing you need to be doing. Just breathing. And now bring to mind something that perhaps you're having trouble seeing clearly, or something you feel stuck about. We're not going to stay there, but just bring it to mind for the purpose of this exercise. And now picture yourself getting into an elevator, going to the top of the Empire State Building, or the Calgary Tower, or the Bow. If you don't like elevators, imagine yourself being lifted up by a cloud. And just imagine that you are going up, up, up. You're absolutely safe and secure as you rise up. And now the elevator stops and the doors open. As you step outside, the view before you is absolutely magnificent. You are on top of the world. You can see for miles. And yet from this viewpoint, everything on the ground looks small and far away. Not exactly insignificant, but certainly not insurmountable. Enjoy the view from this perspective and allow your mind and your vision to expand beyond your concern. Know that with this expanded consciousness, there is a solution for everything. And now enter the elevator once again with a new way of seeing things. And when the elevator doors open again at the ground floor, you realize that what you are looking with has changed. Now you see solutions. You are very clear. And you feel at peace. All is well in your world. And so begin to bring yourself back to this time, back to this moment. And when you open your eyes, you realize that things are clearer because you've changed what you were looking with. Everybody back? All righty. So we have another wonderful song for you today, carefully curated by our amazing music director, Amy Bishop. And this one is kind of upbeat. Same composer, but this one is kind of upbeat. I know you're going to enjoy it. Please welcome again our CSL band.
Look for the good in everything. Look for the people that can set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. People done gone mad. People done forgot the superpowers we all have. We were born to love, not hate. We can decide our fate. Look at the good in everyone and celebrate our own mistakes. There's a silver lining, silver lining. You still have to find it, find it, find it. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. Always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. Everyone needs sunshine. Everyone needs rain. Everyone is carrying around some kind of pain. I see who you are. You're just like me. I see you searching for a purpose, guided by a dream. I see who you are. I'm just like you. I get lost sometimes and I forget what I came here to do. But I keep on trying, keep on trying. When it gets frightening, look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. Always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good. Look for the good. Look for the good in everyone. Everyone is nature. Everyone is God. Everyone is love and light and vibration. Look for the good. Look for the good. Everyone gets mad sometimes, and maybe they should. Look for the good. Look for the good. Look for the good. Look for the good. Yeah, look out for all the heroes in your neighborhood. Look for the good. Look for the good. Look for the good. Life would sure be sweeter if everybody would. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. Always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. Oh, look for the good in everything. Oh, 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 look for the people who will set your soul free. Always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good. Look for the good. Look for the good in everyone.
Yeah, that was the perfect ending to this. Hey, everybody feeling good now? Yeah, me too, me too. Whew, that was fun Sunday. So now I get to tell you how you can support the center. Showing up is the first thing, not literally. Showing up on our love stream is the best way that you can support us. And I see our numbers keep ticking up and up and up, so that's awesome. I'm really, really pleased that more people are discovering us and discovering what we are offering on Sunday mornings. And if you miss it, you know you can always go to our webpage or go to Facebook and watch the whole thing from the meditation on. if you happen to miss a Sunday. So that's number one. Number two, as I said, comments. Let us know where you're from, all that kind of stuff. It's great support to us. The other is your financial support. Like everybody, we've experienced a downturn in our income, in our donation income. And those of you who are continuing and doing that really, really consistently, thank you so much. I know you have to make an extra effort to do that now. And we're so grateful. We're soon going to be rolling out an opportunity to join our Conscious Commitment program where we just take it out. It just gets taken out of your account either weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, I think. That's coming up really, really soon. And that way, you are supporting the center, and we know that it's income that we can count on. So that's awesome as well. So you can send an e-transfer to office@calgarycsl.org. If you're in the States, that won't work for you, but you can send via PayPal. You can send a check. The address is right there. Or you can call the office and talk to the lovely Kat. She's there Monday through Thursday, 10 to 3. And give her your information for the donation that you'd like to give. I got to tell you that I'm a long-time tither. I've been tithing for a lot of years because I believe in it. And I believe in allowing myself to be in that flow of circulation. I believe that. I know that as I give, it comes back to me. So it was payday yesterday, and I realized that I got such a little, it was exciting for me. Even I used to write a check, and say, thank you, God, on it, because it was a spiritual practice, but not so much when you're doing it online, but I made it that way. And I really got myself into a state of gratitude for the fact that I can support where I am spiritually fed, because this is also where I get spiritually fed as I sent the e-transfer. So it was just kind of a cool little thing. It was like, oh, that still feels pretty good. So with that in mind, let's say our conscious giving affirmation together. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow. And all that I give returns to me multiplied abundantly. I am so blessed, and so it is. And so it is. Okay, ready to sing? I thank vision.
1, 2, 3.
I thank vision for everything. I thank vision for everything. I thank vision for everything. I thank vision for everything.
Let's go to love.
I thank love for everything. I thank love for everything. I thank love for everything. I thank love for everything.
I want to stick with love.
I thank love for everything. I thank love for everything. I thank love for everything. I thank love for everything.
Woohoo! Okay, we're going to do our closing like we do every week. I have just really fallen in love with this, but we're going to do it differently. So as you know, we rub our hands together and get good energy going, and then we send it out into the world. Yes? Today, and everybody has to do it. I'll know. We're going to do that, and instead of sending it out, we're going to send it in. Yeah? Okay, so I know this is impossible for parents because parents are always going to want to send it to their kids, but I'm asking you to play with me here, okay? So you ready? Here we go. Here we go. Get it going. Love, 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 love. And on a count of 3, we're going to send it in. 1, 2, 3. Whoosh. Wow. That was fun. All right, let's hear it.
We are falling like the leaves of autumn, somehow already forgotten the tree from which we came. There's a calling like the river, she's aiming, always rearranging to keep us moving along. And if you think you're traveling slow, remember it takes all this darkness to grow. A tiny seed knows all there is to know, and there is power in letting go. We are drawing from an infinite unraveling. Oh, there's magic in meandering. Lean in and listen close. There's a longing, you can feel it in your heartbeat. Oh, when the sky and the ocean sea, always guiding us home. And if you think you're traveling slow, remember it takes all this darkness to grow. Tiny seed holds all there is to know, and there is strength in letting go. Somehow already forgotten the tree from which we came. There's a calling like the river, she's aiming, always rearranging to keep us moving along. And if you think you're traveling slow, remember it takes all this darkness to grow. A tiny seed knows all there is to know, and there is strength in letting go. There's a calling like the river, she's aiming, always rearranging to keep us moving along.
Awesome, guys. That was fun.
That was so funny.